All right, everybody, welcome back to day number 4 of 24 and 24 5-minute videos with Staff Sergeant Lloyd Justin, U.S. Army. Super excited about being here with you all this evening. Thanks to everybody who's already shared the video, who's liked the video, who's following the page. Appreciate it. Let's continue to spread this leadership knowledge to everybody. Let's make our world a better place. Let's get into it. Yesterday, we talked about 3 things. Number 1, what do I want to do? I told you to get a sheet of paper, right? Go home and do some homework and identify what it is that you see yourself doing in the future. Number 2, what do I do now? This was important because it puts me squarely aware of what it is that I'm doing, whether I'm moving towards my goal, whether I'm stuck in place, whether I'm procrastinating. It identifies the difference between what I envision and where I currently am. And number 3, I asked you to consider, what are your distractions? Now, I told y'all yesterday my kids are distractions because I just wanted to be completely real. And even if you didn't agree or was mad about that, I need you to take the hard look that leaders do to identify what in their life is preventing them from getting where they want to go. And this is really important because at the end of the day, without knowing my obstacles, I don't know the skills I need to gain in order to overcome them. All right, so that was what we talked about yesterday, and today I just want to continue on that vein and talk a little bit more about this whole idea of moving myself in the direction of my vision by identifying where I want to go and identifying where I'm at and identifying the things that are stopping me. So at the end of the day, you are gifted. And so when you begin to think about what it is that you want to do, that's probably going to line up with the things that you're called to do, the things that are inside of you. So I'm a leadership guy. And in all the situations where I found myself ever being in charge, I've done fairly well. Now, I'm not perfect by any stretch of imagination, but I've done my very best. And I've always tried to make myself better. So I spent time learning more about leadership. I went back to school and got my master's in organizational leadership. I studied people who do leadership really well. And then I try to say, what have I learned from them that I can apply to me, my life, and my circle? Well, it's the same thing for you. If you're a musician, if you're an artist, if you're talented, if you're skilled in whatever it is, you're a public speaker, you're a preacher, you're a pastor, you're anything like that, how are you developing your skills? How are you taking advantage of what you know is naturally within you and honing that? That ability to turn and sharpen your sword, your skills, is what's the difference between an amateur and a professional. A professional day in and day out goes to work. LeBron James, day in and day out, goes to work. Steph Curry, day in and day out, goes to work. Why? They're honing their craft. Now, the ability for them to do that comes from their ability to focus. What makes them focus is understanding where they want to be. So if it's an NBA player, you want to be an NBA championship, you focus on the skills you need to develop in order to get there. An author, you focus on the skills you need to develop in order to write books, in order to impact people. A speaker, you work on the skills you need to do to be confident that when you stand up in front of that crowd, you can connect with them. Well, it's the same thing for you and your gift. Whatever it is that you want to do in the future, whatever it is that you see in your vision, whatever it is that you've been told by people all your life, hey, you're really good at this. Hey, you're really experienced. Wow, you did that so awesome. How'd you learn how to do that? That would have been a struggle for me. Those are the kind of things that tell you what you're good at and should then help you move where you need to. So find the people who've done it well already and then apply yourself towards being that way. Now, understand that there are going to be obstacles in life because that's the nature of life. There are going to be setbacks. There are going to be things that cause you to feel like you failed. But let me replace failure in your vocabulary with feedback. Every time you experience something that didn't go the way you wanted it to, every time you go through a situation that didn't turn out the way you intended for it, don't consider you having failed. Consider that feedback. It gives you feedback that you need to study more. It gives you feedback that you need to gain better skills. It gives you feedback that the people around you aren't going the same level that you are. It gives you feedback that what it is that you thought was going to work out didn't work that way. In one of John Maxwell's book, he says he has a rule of 2. Everything that he expects to happen in a certain amount of time, he doubles it because he has experience through life. His feedback has taught him that he tends to underestimate how long it'll take and overestimate his abilities. And many of us do the same thing. We underestimate how long it'll take us to accomplish something, and we overestimate our abilities. So as you begin to consider what are the obstacles that are coming your way, give consideration to what are the things I need to gain, the skills, the lessons, the resources, the mentors, etc., and move in a way so that you can overcome them. Because life's going to throw them at you all day. But the professional knows that they're coming and then grows the skills to overcome them so that they can accomplish their vision. So that's what I wanted to leave you with today. Have a great weekend. Like, share, and repost. #24 and 24. Thanks and have a great weekend.